Electronics exempted from reciprocal tariffs will soon be subject to new semiconductor tariffs instead. Netflix may be testing a search function powered by OpenAI. And Waymo will start testing its self-driving taxis in Tokyo beginning today. It's Monday, April 14th, and this is your morning tech news roundup from Engadget. U.S. Customs and Border Protection on Friday night published a list of products excluded from Trump's reciprocal tariffs, including smartphones, computers, and memory chips, along with other electronic devices and components. But in an interview with ABC News' Jonathan Karl on Sunday, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the move does not mean these products will be exempt from tariffs altogether. They're just getting their own category. It all comes shortly after Trump imposed a 125% tariff on goods from China, which the administration confirmed to CNBC and other outlets is in addition to the 20% tariff put in place earlier this year, bringing it to a total of 145%. Trump had previously announced higher reciprocal tariffs for other countries too, but walked this back with a 90-day pause earlier in the week. The pause does not apply to China, though, and there's still a 10% tariff on imports from almost all countries. Electronics imports in particular are expected to be hit hard by the new rules, and we've already seen companies like Nintendo and Razer changing up their plans around upcoming product launches in the U.S. The newly published exclusions would exempt many devices and parts from both the 10% global tariff and the steeper tariff on China. Lutnick said that in doing this, the president was just making sure everyone understood that all of these products are outside the reciprocal tariffs, and they are going to have their own separate way of being considered. The move is meant to make sure that those products get reshored, Lutnick said, or in other words, made in America. Netflix has started testing a new search feature powered by OpenAI that could help customers find movies and shows to watch. That's according to Bloomberg. The streaming service has reportedly given select users in Australia and New Zealand the option to use the tool. It will allow users to search for terms other than a specific show's title, an actor's name, or the genre they want to watch. Bloomberg says it will give them a way to search for content using more specific terms, like their mood. Presumably, that means the service can find dramatic shows for a search query that says sad. And seeing as it's powered by generative AI, users will most likely be able to use natural language in their search terms. As the news organization noted, Netflix already uses artificial intelligence for some of its existing features, such as learning users' preferences based on their viewing history, to recommend titles they're more likely to watch. And it's looking for more ways to use the technology. At the moment, OpenAI-powered searches are only being tested in those two countries, but Netflix reportedly has plans to expand its testing to more markets, including the U.S. The company has a history of rolling out features to Android users first before making them available on iOS. This time, however, the feature is currently accessible on iOS devices only, and it is unclear if the next test markets will be able to access it on Android. Waymo will start testing its robotaxi technology outside the U.S. for the first time. As Yomiuri Shimbun reports, the company will deploy 25 of its electric Jaguar I-Pace vehicles in Tokyo for the initial phase of its testing program. Waymo is taking it slow and will not be operating them without a driver behind the wheel yet. Drivers from the Tokyo taxi company Nihon Katsu will be driving the cars around 7 wards in the Japanese capital. The cameras and radars equipped on the I-Pace vehicles will collect data on Tokyo's roads, which are typically narrower than roads in the U.S. They'll provide the company with information on local infrastructure, road conditions, and the driving patterns of locals. Nicole Gavel, Waymo senior director, said that it's important for us to understand the difference in driving environment, what makes the driving unique. Waymo will have to adjust its software according to the driving conditions and the capital's rules, after all. Gavel said that Waymo is focused on the testing for now, but would love to have a business in Tokyo in the future. But that's probably a long way away. After the initial mapping phase, Waymo will still have to conduct autonomous driving tests with a driver behind the wheel, and then tests without a driver on board. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Cheyenne McDonald and Mariella Moon and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.